Welcome to Sway's first ever podcast series based on interviews with different hosts we have every month for our open stage night called Featuring. Today is January 10th, 2020, and I'm joined by my little sidekick for this project, Lady Kassandra the White.
Hi there, how's it going?
And our first ever guest, Chanel Heffington.
Hi.
Yes, God. I'm going to get closer to Chanel here.
Do you think Chanel's more important than me? You think everyone's more important than me?
So we don't. This is a whole brand new thing for us. We don't really even have a formal title for the show. I'm kind of considering calling it Buffering, the sister series to Featuring. Well,
don't you like to be buffered? I love to be buffered.
Well, I think of it more as an opportunity for us to slow down and talk about what we're doing here in the nightlife scene and in the drag world. And so you're a great person to start with because you ain't a newcomer exactly. She's been around. Yeah.
Is that shade?
No. I'm just saying she got some stories to tell by now, right? I think you started in 2015, right?
Yes, 2015, and I was just doing talent nights.
Much like tonight.
Yeah, around Little Rock, and then but I went a whole year, like in 2014, just going out in the club and drag every weekend, just so people would recognize me. And then
before performing?
Yeah, before ever stepping on a stage.
Okay.
Yeah, just so I could have my makeup skills down and then just get the nerves to go on stage.
Is that what you think?
Yeah,
that your makeup skills are down.
Yes, I'm learning every day. So
everyone is
still.
Yeah. Like I just caught on with like these little bottom lashes type things.
She just learned about contouring.
How else has your look and your whole presence changed from those early days to now?
I was busted in the early days. My brows were always crooked because I thought it was a good idea to shave them, and then they just never went on even. I always raised one brow all the time, and when I would draw it on, I'd draw it on with an arch, but then I wouldn't take into consideration of when I constantly raised that brow. It's just
like you drew one raised and the other one
they both had a little arch, but you always have more of an arch on one side. Well, I did that, and I'm like, oh, she's cute. But when I talk, that brow goes up. When I perform, that brow goes up. So it just went even higher each time. And I thought I was sickening. And I look back now, and I'm just like, good God, like, why didn't people tell me that?
So you went through a year of talent nights and just turning looks like that. But then what was the first moment that you kind of broke into the performance world in the clubs?
Honestly, when Dominique just gave me a chance.
Dominique Sanchez.
Yeah, I did 3 talent nights and never won. And one weekend she said, hey, I want to see Friday perform in the 1 o'clock with me. And I was like, okay. Did the 1 o'clock. And then the next night at 9 p.m. Saturday, she texted me and was like, hey, can you do disco? I was like, yeah. And I ran. And then after that, she had me in all her shows. And then I started coming here. And that's when Zia did her last show or whatever, Last Dance, I think it was called or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And it was me and Rihanna and Audrey Alexis Diamond, Kurt something, and then someone else was with us, but we did that, and then that's when I started performing here and then everywhere, and then the next thing you know, I was Texarkana, Fayetteville, Hot Springs, and then later on, I started going out of Arkansas.
Huh. So that's Zia Dior's retirement from drag, that show that she had. She was actually the first queen that we really started doing shows with here back in the early days at Sway. She had a show called Spectacle, and I guess that, I don't know if that was the name. But
was it with the K?
No.
How dare her!
The world hadn't known the brilliance of doing things with the K like you do yet.
They definitely did not.
Yeah, I didn't
so unique.
Honestly, that there was another club in Little Rock until she had me come to the show.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's when I found out, she worked here, and first time I ever saw Ambrosia perform was here, and I never saw her anywhere else. And then Eden had me do Fresh Fish, and the second episode, I was the first queen to win that.
Okay.
And then finally go to the finals.
Yeah.
I didn't win.
Of course, yeah. So Chanel was part of the first season of Fresh Fish and made it to the
It
finals.
was about 8 years ago, right?
6 years ago now.
Damn, that was close.
5 or 6 years ago. Yeah.
God, it's been a long time.
I know. And then of course you came back as an all-star, and so you're
Bounced right out.
Nothing
Nothing on the show, but yeah, my choice.
Definitely after I was kicked off, she's like, "Okay, see ya."
But yeah, like back then, it was like you had to be on top of your game, though. Like I felt like if I didn't go out one weekend, I could have been forgotten like that. Like it was just there was constantly new people. Every talent night you went to anywhere in Arkansas was packed. And there was always just new queens coming and like getting a chance to perform, and you have just you didn't want to miss a weekend or 2 weekends because you might have not been relevant the next.
Really?
Night. Yeah, I just felt like I always had to improve, be on my game, and outdo everyone.
What is your view of how it is now?
Honestly, I feel like some new people don't want to put in the effort. I see it. They don't come out.
I love how you're looking at me when you say that.
I always see you out and about, though.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not in the show. I mean, look, you're here. You're helping out, But back then, if I wasn't in the show, I wanted to come out and support, tip around, tip my fellow queens, show them, not just get in the show and then not go out and do anything, Yeah, I had to put in the effort to get on the stages,
Do you think that's the way it should be?
Yeah, I feel like, yes, I understand there's people out there, they need to be shown and be discovered, but that's what talent nights are for. And then once you show them, and if the, director or the owner wants you in the show, then they'll ask you to have you in the show. But if you ain't got a name yet, don't have to be asking for pay and be a book like that when you don't have your stuff down. Or, you haven't really been on the stage that often to put something out. You know what I mean? And I just feel like now, not many people want to get out and perform for tips. But I performed for tips for a long time before I started getting booked. And then when I did get booked, if I didn't have a show that weekend, I would ask, "Hey, do you have a spotlight number?" and just work off tips. Like, I never felt like I was entitled to a pay.
That was the same for me, and I was performing for almost a year, and I did Fresh Fish finally, but even then, I still got spotlights after that. Yeah. I didn't really get my show because certain club proprietors didn't think I was worthy enough. And but no, it took a while, and I did what I did, and I have no regrets about doing open stage night.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There isn't.
You get a chance to express, and I like doing stuff like that too because, okay, I'm not being booked, but I can try something new.
Exactly.
And if it don't go well, then that doesn't fall really bad on me as trying to keep a book show good. Because if you constantly not have the wowest shows, people are going to not start coming out. You just got to keep those shows going. People who've been on there, who have a presence on the stage and can just wow everyone. And
get them there in the first place.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of these times I come out now, and I don't come out that often anymore, but when I do come out, I see new people. I don't know who they are, what their name is, because I don't see advertisement on Facebook from those people, or they don't ever go on the stage when I'm here, so I don't ever hear their name on the microphones. So I'm just constantly wondering, like, oh, who's that new person?
So you're witnessing some differences in the community and the queens in your time already.
Yeah, and I'm sure. I feel like probably every era or so often many years, each club or city has their dry spells. Then it gets popping again, and then it dies off again. And the same thing with the queens, they're all going to pop out at once, and then they're all going to fade away.
Well, I tell you, I'm surprised when we started Fresh Fish, back in whatever year that was, 2014 or 15. I had no idea I thought we would run out of new queens to do it. If we got 3 seasons, that was going to be incredible, and it's like we're about to we're halfway through 5 and looking at number 6 already, like plus the All-Star season. So it's nuts to me. I think a lot of it probably has to do with, the Rue revolution and just how much drag is out there and how it feels so accessible to everyone.
Because everyone's a drag queen.
And then in technology as well, like it gives you sort of another a pseudo platform. You can just record yourself and have something there, but it's not the same, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested really.
Way to degrade my work there.
No, it's all valid. It's just different. I'm interested though in sort of like what you've seen out and about at all the different clubs here in our state and in the region and stuff. Because of course I'm always here pretty much. So what you've encountered there.
Yeah. So like. Here, even in Arkansas, you have 2 different, in just Little Rock itself, you have 2 different clubs. When I was doing, here at Sway, everyone's kind of in a way accepted. Like, any kind of drag goes, and there's someone out in the audience who's going to get it, what they're doing. But when I started, I was trying to be the best. Hip pads, big jewelry, I wore hip bags, but I mean, they weren't that huge, but they felt huge on me. I try to, change my makeup to be more, I'm not going to, put anything bad on a system or anything, but like more American in my head was my ideal of what was.
You're referring to the pageant?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the look, like the American look, the softer look, versus US Today is over the top. But like the girls
I didn't even know that.
but like the girls I saw, who were being booked and stuff, were in the American system, and that's like the way that they knew things. So I was like, I need to fall in that way. Like I'm gonna get booked, and I'm gonna be advanced in my career that I want if I do that kind of stuff.
Well, and that's the system that has the roots here in this.
Yeah. And that was my goal to go towards. And then I found out more about US Today, and I could be a little more over the top and still stay true to myself. But I also have a bad way of not like ever doing anything new. Like I kind of stuck in my way. Like I kind of try to paint the same way, have the same style. So doing new things is different to me. But I know like up north, their clubs there, like they have one, but it's like a mix. Like everything goes. You know what I mean?
Like what? Where?
And like Fayetteville area, like they don't have a division. I don't feel like when I was performing out there, I haven't been in Fayetteville in
Is it because
a little while.
Are they're not multiple clubs,
no multiple
right? There's
clubs,
just
but,
one.
I mean, their bars accept everyone, but just one gay club. And there, there was never really. I never felt like there was a certain way I had to look or perform there. So that was very nice. I loved when I performed up there, and then Texas and like Memphis, there I had to have to be really fish. I feel like there's just a lot of like trans queens or just really fishy queens or people who have work done, they look more feminine, but they have a mixture of both. But I feel like you have to kind of really stand out when you go to those places.
It's a lot about the look and not so much what. Like, I feel like we live for the gag here at Sway.
I love the gag. The art of the gag is highly important to me. I don't want to say I'm the gag queen, but I'm pretty damn near close as the gag queen.
Is it the same at other places? They are about the gaggery, or they're more about the geesh?
I feel like Northwest Arkansas was both.
Okay.
Like, the geesh and the gag. But Texas, I feel like it was more about the geesh. But them bitches can dance the house down, though. Like, I feel like they were all, like, specialized in dancing and everything like that. Memphis, I think it's maybe a little bit like here. But I guess I'm not there enough to see the different shows. You know what I mean? I feel like the ones I'm booked with, they kind of like the girls who I know who booked me. We kind of all have that same style.
Okay. So when is the last time that you were in a pageant?
America. And that was 2017, I think. It was the year that Asia O'Hara was reigning.
Okay. So what's your absence about? Are you done with them, or?
No, I do plan on competing for US of A. I feel like that's more of my style. each year that I say, I plan on doing it, something comes up. I've been kind of focusing on like day jobs, but I do feel like hopefully maybe 2020 or 21, that will be I'll step back in it.
Okay.
But yeah, I did EOY. That was the first pageant I ever done.
I was going to ask you what you thought about that system.
I liked it. There was only like 3 of us, but it was the first year that they brought it back after like many of years. Taylor Madison was the promoter of that one. She brought it back. And Brian Trinity Taylor, she was the current reigning at that time.
Okay, yeah.
It was before she was on RuPaul.
Who was that?
Brian Trinity Taylor.
The Tuck.
Oh, yes.
So it was really great to work with her and then to actually see her on RuPaul after that, and she was a very nice person, like really great. But I like EOY. It was over the top. Like it was like.
What is that compared to like Miss Gay?
Miss Gay.
Gay US of A, sorry.
US of A? I mean, I am not the
like
best person to
is
say,
that
like,
probably a bit more
different.
lax as well?
No, I mean EOY. Both pageants bring a lot to it, but I feel like EOY was very. I don't know, over the top. Because that's the entertainer of the year. Like, when they, nationals, like, they, like, bring it.
But it's not like camp.
It's both. Yeah.
Oh, it can be?
Yeah, it
can
be.
Okay.
It's like whatever your style goes.
Okay.
And that's the same thing with US of A, but I feel like US of A, they really dance. Like, you have your dancers, outfits, choreography, everything. Step, drop, jump, kick, all that kind of stuff. I'm not the best to tell you what the difference between them are. But from my experience, that's what I see. I feel like,
And this isn't me asking, like, which one's the easiest one to get into, but what would you probably see, what would be probably the one that I would probably fit in most? Like, if I wanted to try a pageant, or if we wanted to rig one here.
I
was going to say, if you wanted to do a pageant, bar pageant, no. But if you had someone to help you, like, get your shit together, I feel like you would probably like EOY.
Let's bring back EOY. I want to do it.
Do it. Bring back EOY. I would sign up right away.
Let's talk to Taylor. Would she want to bring it back?
I'm sure she probably would. I think she was going to the year after, but something came up.
Or anyone in the promotion world. Any promoters out there?
Are you listening?
It doesn't even cost a lot to be a promoter.
There you go.
So
business ideas.
But you just got to make sure you got to package and all that kind of stuff. But then that's when you can get other people to pitch in.
Well, what about the drag race scene? Is that something for you? I know that it's a application season right now. Auditions. Yeah. Would you ever do that? No.
I'd be a joke of myself if I did.
Why is that?
I'm nothing special. Like, there's other people out there that could probably be on that show than me. Like, I would not.
Like who?
Like around here?
Sure, yeah. Let's talk about it.
Let's speculate.
I honestly think, like, Akasha would be, like, around here. I feel like she could bring a good package and entertainment. She always has her shit together. She's done pageants. So I feel like maybe going into RuPaul, it would be kind of like going into a pageant, Gotta make sure, I'm sure they tell you what kind of costumes you need, right? And then they make, and then they
From what I hear, there's like a vague list.
And they
get a bit, and it's like a long list, but then it gets way more specific when you come on for the challenge. So some will overlap, some not.
Who's really good, who would go and get someone who will design those gowns or
she's also good at designing her own
and putting her own face on.
How is she in like the multimedia world, like acting and characters and Snatch Game and all that type of stuff?
I'm sure she could probably do it. She's funny. She's loud. So
she's very personal.
I feel like she's versatile, and I feel like she's maybe. I haven't seen her to have the chance of being like on camera or anything like that. But just seeing her as a person, like 101 and out Kiki and stuff, that she could, she has it.
Okay.
Yeah, like definitely.
Are there others?
I think I could see Athena being on there just because she has her name out there right now with everyone. But I mean,
Come through here, witch.
yeah, like I think I could see her being on that show because you have some people who get on it are their like social like pick and stuff like that. I feel like she has a social presence and she could be on there. And I'm sure she could get someone to turn some outfits out. But I mean, love her to death, but I don't know how far she'll get. But I could see her being a contestant if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because her name's out there. And I feel like now on RuPaul, you have to have your name out there.
I don't know how much I know there's a lot of girls that audition with Ru lots of times and, get their name out there with Ru specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much they cast for, who has a name recognition in their local market or beyond.
True, but I mean, a lot of these girls, these past couple of seasons, I've seen them on YouTube, or I've seen them on little Facebook videos.
But it's 2020, ma'am. That's that's why you're here on this podcast.
I
Because
guess that is true. Yeah, I mean, I need to keep up with the time. Like I said, it's a constantly changing game, and I was away for a little bit. So I mean, I lost my foot in the door in some places too. So.
How so?
I mean, I'm just saying, like some places, like
just because of time, or just.
Not having your face on the scene, or like...
Yeah, I think it's not...
Is there some tea to spill?
No, I mean, I'm not going to get messy.
We love
Bartender,
messy.
can we get another round?
But, yeah, I feel like... Because right now there's other chances for other people. So, I mean, I know when I was performing constantly, there was never really new room for other people. And I got to let some of them leave before I just try to step back in. I mean, look, I'm working my way back up in here, too.
Yeah, I mean, and now you're sort of, regular. This you doing featuring tonight sort of kicks off. You'll be a regular in the Downtown Divas cast this year, and all the other specialty parties we throw. I mean, this. I never thought about this. I've called you the sex kitten of the South for a while.
That has always stuck with me, honestly. Yeah,
I like that. I think that you'd be great for Meat. Why haven't you been in Meat yet?
I don't know.
I know. Aren't you and Harry Kate like from the same place?
We from the same hometown.
That bitch is ratchet. She's not. She does not invite the people that she knows. She's like, let me get someone random.
Okay, no. I've been thinking the same thing. I just haven't mentioned it.
She wants to be on
I've
Meat.
asked to be a special judge on Fresh Fish because I would tell it how it is because that's the position. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat, but I'm also not going to be there and be hateful.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what you need to improve on, but be like, I liked your performance, but I think you need to do this or you need to tuck because you're giving this look, but it's not your being untucked's not going with that.
Are you talking about Harry Kate still?
No. It goes with her look.
It seemed very point in time.
No, but certain things,
but it's hard. I mean, I know when I judged, you were on it was so weird. Was she? It was you.
It was weird when you judged me.
It was like it felt very and I understand why I was the judge for that episode because it was the comeback. I'm the comeback queen of Fresh Fish, blah blah blah. But we actually brought back more seasoned queens.
Yeah, they were actually your peers, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was just so hard. And then there were friends of you all in the audience, and I said what I would want to see from you all in a performance, or what I would. So I tried to be that way, but I also felt very weird to say, hey, in it, because I don't consider myself in a place there where I can judge, but I guess I was just coming from it and what I would want to see new from you, and so but it was still hard.
But with yours, because I will remember that. I don't remember a lot of shit. I just have bad memory because I just don't pay attention. But I do remember yours. You were really nice, and I could tell it's probably because you're I don't know what I'm going to say to this bitch. Because for one, you didn't know me that well, also, but you were I would like to see you have more mix in your thing, bitch. I've been doing mixes forever. Oh,
I didn't know that.
And that's why I was well,
because when I had seen you rock out a song like you fucking have a rock song.
Rock and roll.
You fucking do it. And so for me, it's like, as the person who's like the mix queen, the gag queen, and all that, it's like, I would really, because she's so good at this, I would really love to see her do something like that. And I think you would blow it away. And I just never seen it.
Never performed without a mix. But it was just so time consuming sometimes and stuff like that.
That's fair, but bitch, it was fresh fish.
The mix.
That's
fair. I
fair.
wasn't feeling a mix or something.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's weird.
And I remember, I remember exactly what I said to you, which was that too. Yeah. But it also felt weird. But that's I still try to remain fair. But it was just weird. And then like Eartha's like, she don't need a mix. I don't know what the hell she was. So she'll like tell me to shut up, basically. It's like, I was asked to be here. I didn't want to be here. Actually, I did.
Well, we can get you on the judges panel for sure. I mean, this all scheduled for this season, but I mean, hell, that's the trouble, is that having 5 seasons plus an All-Stars, I mean, there are so many people that have been a part of this show now. The Fresh Fish universe is so huge, and there's only, 9 spots open every season for a guest judge. We've talked about expanding the panel and adding a second guest every month.
Let's get rid of Eartha, personally. Just kidding, Eartha. She's not going to listen to this. Someone's going to send her this little sound bit.
She's going to listen. She were here, and then she will have everything to say about me. I know Eartha.
I really was just saying that just to see what she would say. I'm scared of Eartha.
My thing is, and
that wasn't like a bad thing.
I don't like people to talk about me. That's my biggest thing. I don't like to really voice my opinion sometimes, like online, because I don't want someone to backlash me.
Well, I like to screenshot you, post it, and do some shit.
I got receipts, or this bitch don't know what she's doing, or she has no room to talk. Yada,
I think that's just being careful.
And I want, I just don't want to have conflict, and I don't want no one to. I don't like to hear negative things about myself. So, I just try to be very quiet.
I don't think there's anyone who likes to hear negative things about themselves. But some people really risk it.
So, Eartha, or anybody I've looked up to, because I have looked up Eartha and I look up to everyone, but I don't want them to say something bad about me, because once someone that I look up to says something bad about me, it's just going to put me in a mood.
Well,
and just hurt me that person said that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, well.
What I heard you say is that you don't talk bad about other people on social media because you don't want them to talk bad about you. And that's sort of like the golden rule.
Yeah, exactly. The golden rule.
With Eartha, with her, it's comedic, I think, effect is what she's going
for. No, definitely. But I don't want to be in her comedic.
Well, and even she's toned it down over the past few seasons.
She has. She's been very, very nice, considering she can say a lot more.
I want to see more people be rougher on people, because they was rough on me when I was on the panel.
I think Eartha's been
in that situation. The judges to be rougher on
the
contestants, but you don't, not necessarily. You wouldn't want the community to then.
No. I'm talking about on the judges panel.
Let them have it.
Don't hit her with soft blows, because Grant was not soft with me. Eartha and them, whoever judged me, I know for Grant was not soft with me when he judged me.
But I think the problem now is that
help me improve those.
I think the problem now is, even if I were to compete right now, I would want to hear the critiques as they are. I want to know what the hell I need to improve, and I want to know because the problem with my episode was it seemed like everything was almost perfect. Everyone gagged all this, and I didn't go through. There was some more to it, but I was still well, what the fuck did I do wrong? And so I would like that, but the problem is the audience. And I hate to say, and I love we obviously want our people to come here. We love our crowd, but the audience almost takes it personally. And it's not. It's just fucking business. It's just drag.
What is drag? It's subjective.
It's subjective, but we all have different tastes. But I think even like you, I just thought, me being mixed queen, I was oh, maybe do this. It wasn't anything that I thought was wrong. I didn't trash you. I thought you slay what you do.
And that's the thing. I look at everyone's drag and see how, okay, that's their thing. Me personally, I'm not going to do it, but that's their thing, and they killed it. You know what I mean? For instance, Carrie Kate has the beard and all that. I personally would never do that. but bitch, she fucking kills it. And like the way she paints and she's on that stage, it's her thing. I love it.
She humps that floor. She humps that stage.
Personally, it's not my type of drag, but for her, yes.
She
Same
kills
thing
it.
with everyone else. If you're a pageant queen and that's all you do is just full out pageant, then okay, that's your thing. If you can kill it, then I have praise for you.
Well, and I'll tell you, you're doing Fresh Fish, these web series now, I get concerned about that because there's this broader audience that's going to be watching it, and they're really seeing a very two-dimensional, one-dimensional even look at somebody. And from the inside, especially at a role like mine, that all these people that are doing drag, or especially competing in Fresh Fish, are at different points in their journey, and there's an actual living, breathing human being with emotions, like an artist behind that character.
And they've worked hard on that number. They spent weeks thinking about it.
And this is about, like, it should be about us being a community and fostering each other's journey and supporting their passions, more than it should be about, I'm gonna rip this bitch to shreds for the entertainment.
And there's no entertainment to that.
There really isn't.
Like, honestly, yes, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna read every fucking 150 messages if I have time to look and see what's going on and who said what. But I don't find joy. Like, I honestly like.
You screenshot that shit?
No. Like, I don't like to screenshot shit like that.
I admit, I used to not be that person. I am that person.
I was like, just last week, what was your fucking thing on, like, you had a video with screenshots, like.
But that was the gag. That was the gag, is the people that do that.
Honestly, I was like, damn, when I was growing up, I was like, she took time to do that. Like, she made a video.
Yeah, honestly, didn't take too long. She made
up pics, like. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Like, I had no understanding on what.
I think for me, it was a criticism in this part. Like, for me, and it wasn't me picking, like, I was making fun of the whole scenario in general. And it was a criticism of, like, immediately going online. I always hate that shit. So, I mean, it's entertaining, yes, for some, but, like,
so I went home that night, and, like, that night, I think, or that next day, I saw people were like, oh, there was drama at Sway, or oh, I wish I could have got into that, and like
it actually dealt.
I was like, what happened when I left?
From my understanding, it was a totally different scenario. Like, I didn't have any. I was like, what the hell did I do? I was like, mine was pretty clearly a joke.
I was wondering if that was about that because I didn't know anything, and I was like, either one, I'm not in the it crowd, or I'm oblivious to what's going on.
It apparently wasn't. I mean, there were like the vibes. They're saying, that tension was still in the air. But like for me, like doing that number, that was kind of like to poke at it and to say, there shouldn't really be like it. Let's address it. Let's laugh at it and move on. We
all address like certain things, like when it is a sore subject with one another out in public, peeking on the back patio or on our Facebook pages. But when it's brought into that, like, why was that so bad? It wasn't.
Yeah, and I don't think that, from my understanding, because I kind of asked around. I was like, was that real? Like, did they think it was about that, or were they talking about that? But it wasn't. It was about something else.
I was like, did I say something to someone?
No.
That's like almost so inside baseball. I'm lost on it.
And I'm like, I didn't even ask anyone or like anything because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, I totally must miss everything.
There's no.
And I was like, how did I miss it when I was there, but people who weren't there that night
knew what was going on.
Like, how the hell?
I don't think you're ever going to stop that. I mean, this is a social, living, breathing social place.
And I guess I have to get used to that, but I guess I'm a little still stuck.
Well, and for me, I don't want to be someone that furders that negativity. Like, it's 2020 and shit is crazy in the world outside these doors, and I want people to find respite in my community when they come here and not judgment and negativity.
I know. I see it as it's still like one big family, and it's very still dysfunctional. And even though like people say we're not sisters and all that, and that's true, we're not all like that close. But some of us are. But it's just this dynamic that
like
still is
big sister, and we're dysfunctional. But I also find like some of that could be like totally fake. Because, like, just...
Like, yeah, I mean, and here, let me...
talking about behind your back, but yeah, if you're there, they're going to talk with you. Like, if you don't like the person, don't talk with them. Like, that's me. If I don't like you, I'm not going to take
I mean, I won't be I won't like be mean to you regardless. Like I won't like unless you fuck me over or something. Like I'm not gonna be mean to you. I'll be nice and cordial.
If you say hi to me, but I'm not gonna sit there and like be fake about anything. If I'm gonna talk shit about you behind your back, I'm not gonna be that person that's at the bar talking with you or liking your Facebook or kikiing with you. If I see you at the bar and I don't like you, if you say hi to me, I'll say hi to you. I may smile at your way if we make eye contact, but I'm not gonna go out my way to do anything bad, or do anything kind, you know. And I just feel like more people should kind of be that way because, like,
that was the way I came up. It just seems like
if you sit there and you know someone's being like all sweet and nice to you, you're gonna sit there and think you're genuine friends, but they're gonna be behind your back talking about you,
like Regina George,
or
like
whatever, and
like that's the fuggliest fucking shit.
Bad is it going to be like, oh yeah, I'm friends with Kassandra, and then someone
first of all,
she
bitch,
talks so much shit about you. No, I'm saying,
and first of all, they ain't friends with me if they pronounce my name that way. It's Kassandra.
I'm sorry. So you don't pay attention to things.
She didn't watch my very popular music video.
Earlier, you did call yourself, Kardashian. So
I've had lack of sleep.
It's not just me who don't know your name.
Yeah.
Okay, Cassandra, good night.
But I think it goes with you, right? I mean, it's still fun. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, like for real, like.
I think you can
how
be cordial.
How would that be? To say, oh yeah, we're friends, and they'd be like, well, honestly, girls, she talks so much shit. How embarrassing is that?
They're only, and I'm going to admit this, they're probably only, I was not like this, because, but there are a few people that I talk shit about, but it's because they do honestly deserve it. Is it really doing it? Is it, like, this is me putting my shit out there, but, like, if we're in a bad, like if you do something stupid, or if you're rude, or do something honestly so disrespectful that you've been told something over and over by multiple people, I think you might be a shit person, and that deserves feedback.
Well,
publicly or otherwise.
Chanel's definitely not a shit person. You've always been sweet in my experience, and
thank you.
We're so happy to have you here. What do you have coming up next? And I know that you're in Downtown Divas, I think, later this month here, right? No? Okay. We tried to get you and you weren't. Okay.
But I am in Memphis on the 25th. So it's going to be my friend Sierra Nicole Andrews' show at Drew's Place. And then it's going to be me and some other girls, but we'll be in Memphis on the 25th.
Okay.
So I'll have to go out on stage again.
Do you have any other online projects coming up besides this one? Hopefully
You can see my post from Deny. I mean, that's social media that I get nowadays.
Well, so have you pulled back some? I mean, of course, you're sort of picking up more gigs here, but are you pulling back from other places or travel or?
I will, if someone asks me, like I have recently, someone did ask me to do a show, I said no to it. There's some that I will say no to if I know, for one, that if I've been in the show before and it's not been that busy, then I'm not going to take time to drive, a few hours there.
Mm-hmm.
And
where you live?
Conway.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to take the time. So I'll, simply just be like, I'm not available for it. But I'm not going to be like, no, or talk shit about the shows not being busy. But there's places that I'll say no to just because, it's not my time. Like, my time's more important than wasting it, I feel like. And it's nothing on the show directors or the club itself. It's just there's no one there, and I'm not going to spend this time to get ready, then go down there, tip around, and perform my ass off and go home with, what I just got paid from the bar, I just put back in my gas. Something like that. Mm-hmm. So I choose my stuff wisely, I guess, now. I'm not as, asked me to do a show back then, yes, I'll do it. Didn't care, bam, bam, I wanted to be where I needed to be, make that money. But now I have a full-time job, and I have more important things, and family, and a life,
Making those big
and
dollars.
animals to take care of, than worry about being in the next show somewhere and not making money or making money. If I make it, then I make it. But that's
You still
just how
find as much
lives go.
fulfillment in doing it just to do it as you did when you began, or are you still living in the same way as you were?
No, I've toned myself back. I feel like now I have an understanding of life. At the time, I didn't, so I
You
was
have
like,
understanding what?
of life.
Okay.
Like, at the time, I just was constantly just on the go. And yes, I enjoyed it, but I thought I had to live, breathe, eat, drag. Now I know you don't have to do that to get somewhere. So,
speaking of living, eating, and breathing it, besides when you're performing, what are you? Like, do you watch any of the myriad of shows out there now?
No, I haven't watched, I think, the last 2 seasons of RuPaul.
You do Dragula?
Yes, I did just found out about Dragula. I was talking to you about that. But yeah, no, I found out about it, and what is weird about that is I have always not got that kind of drag. I always was like, oh my god, that's weird, it's disgusting, blah. I watched that show, and it gave me opened my eyes to more drag out there, and I actually lived for some of that drag. And I will be honest, that kind of inspired me to step out more and to do basically what the fuck I want to do on the stage.
Which is?
It's refreshing.
Whatever, like, I'm not gonna care if someone didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I want to do the song choices that I want to do, even I'm like, oh, if it's a ballad, then fuck it, it's a ballad. If someone doesn't like it, they don't fucking like it. I'm doing a ballad tonight, honestly. But like, I did the song "Creep,"
I love that.
And
But it
I
was
did
good.
the male version, and I didn't care. It wasn't a female version. Kind of like the Marilyn Manson. I kind of do that, but I'm also like, well, Marilyn can be whatever. You know?
Yeah.
But like "Creep," no, that's obviously a man singing. I did that, and I stripped down to just like my panties. I didn't care that someone didn't see me without a bra on. They didn't see me without a fucking wig. I took my lashes off. Like, I buried myself because I got in touch with the song and what I wanted to put out there.
Mm-hmm.
But before, a year ago, hell no, I would have never done that. You wouldn't have saw me walk out of this club. Like, sometimes I'll be like, take my makeup off, put my boy clothes on, and carry my stuff out to the car and leave. No, I would have came in drag and I would have left in drag. No one would have ever got a chance to see me outside drag. I know when I did America, that was the first time many of my close friends that I worked with at the club ever saw me out of drag because we had to do male interview and they posted it on a video. Half of them, I worked with them for probably like 2 years, and even when I hung out with them outside of the club, we had like drag brunch or like drag Sunday fun day and stuff. I came as Chanel.
Mm-hmm.
They never saw me without that. And some of them, like, I would run into people at Walmart and stuff, and they would walk right past me.
I love that.
And would never notice. And it was nice for people, because that's one way people stayed out of my business also, because I could have done what I wanted to do outside drag, and people wouldn't have been like, oh, that's Chanel, she did this, or whatever,
Yeah.
A true secret identity.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm noticeable. I mean, more people see me out of it, so.
I don't understand. Like, there's a thing about like gagging the crowd and like doing what you kind of cater to it, but there's also like, what's the point in doing something that you don't want to do? Like, and I think that shows on stage.
Yeah.
And so, like, just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I was doing shit that I
Like,
probably shouldn't have, but like I
hip
did.
pads. I did not feel comfortable in hip pads because it made me feel fat. Like, I feel like clothes didn't fit me right.
Uh-huh.
So I finally, when I got comfortable enough to perform without pads everywhere, I just started doing it, and I didn't give a fuck. If you didn't like it, you didn't fucking like it. If you didn't want me on your stage, then don't put me on your stage.
I mean, a lot of the Ru girls don't wear pads, and I know a lot of people would hate to compare it, like, oh, RuPaul's ruining drag and stuff. But there are different types. It's like, what the fuck ever. If you're a good performer, you're a good fucking performer.
The only people who are judging you the hardest is going to be the other queens or people who know drag, and they're going to judge you for that. But if you're killing that stage and the crowd loves it. Kind of like with the hip pads, I don't give a fuck because people are like, oh my god, you're fucking hot. Like, they love body, they love seeing me get naked because it's that skin contact that they see. They don't see this pantyhose and hip pad. I can bear a fucking.
It does fucking surprise me that she's not been on meat yet. Even like knowing that, but yeah, like because it is good.
If I didn't have my, if I still wear hip pads, I wouldn't have my ass slap that I do.
Yeah,
so
that shit turns red quick.
I know.
No, express yourself, don't repress yourself. I mean, you might fail a few times, but more often than not, like that's the weird shit that is the moment everyone gets to see. Yeah.
I mean,
experiment with it.
Fall out, so.
My left testicle fell out.
Oh, no.
And Brooklyn Heights saw it. Yes, Mama.
Well, I mean, that wasn't
Huh?
It wasn't the first time.
I think it was for on stage. On stage when that happened, that was the first for me, where it fell out.
I wasn't here for Brooklyn Heights. I remember one time you like pushed it back in. I think it
may have been backstage. But
I think it was that show night though.
I don't think that happened on Acid Dreams. I don't even remember what I wore on Acid Dreams. I remember pouring paint on me. Girl, that was a fun night. I want to do, and it's going to happen. I will do a second one. It will happen. I've had the plans for I already know what I would do. Oh yeah, and I think the problem is it's the same, girl. You induced mine.
I almost left the club. I really did.
I was a mess up.
I like being on time, and it wasn't on time.
It was my latest show, and that's why I was like, I want to do that. But I think a lot of it was because I wanted, that was like my first Saturday show, and I thought, because I love the crowd that comes on Saturday, and I wanted that, but it was also hard to, it was also, you eat fresh fish, it was also how, it was just so hard to get the club turned over in 24 hours after that, and so that really was the main conflict with why shit ran late, so I would probably still decorate and isolate the areas that I want to isolate for Acid Dreams too, for sure.
Will you have Chanel back for that this year?
She has scared me since Acid Dreams 1. I would be down though. She was still hot and rocking it. Yeah. So Chanel's welcome to the stage anytime as far as I'm concerned.
Hell yeah. And like I said, you'll be seeing her in Downtown Divas of Little Rock here not every month, but it's a show that happens every month, and you'll be part of it every now and then when you can. And we're going to lobby for you to be part of Meet.
Yes, hair cake.
We're going to do an online petition.
And then you can see Chanel in Memphis coming up here. When was that again?
The 25th.
Okay. Otherwise, follow you on Instagram at
The Only Chanel Heffington.
And
Facebook Chanel Heffington. And then follow Miss Kardashian.
Lady Kassandra the White. You'll find me at Lady Kassandra the White on Instagram and at Lady Kassandra the White on Facebook.
You know what else is white?
What?
Sheep.
Sheep?
Yeah.
No.
Not a dead one.
Thank y'all for joining us for our first ever edition of Buffering.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Proprietor.
We'll be back next month with Chloe Jacobs.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a fun one.
I love
Not like this one.